Hey guys, Joe here, the guy who really always waits for them to say the word invincible at the beginning of every episode, and I'm still that loser. It's like, there's that title card. If you know, you know. It's a great, fantastic show. But I'm not here to talk about one of my favorite shows right now. I'm here to talk about a weird night of fights, but I actually thought they were pretty good. Outside of like a couple fights, they were pretty good. So enough talk. Let's just get into the fights.
Sing, sing a song, sing
Tonight we had the
out
main event of Henry Cejudo
loud,
over Song Yadong.
sing
The last of
out
a lot of USA,
loud.
USA chants going on. There was a lot of that throughout the night. And the first round was a lot of kickboxing from Cejudo, who was, by the way, the owner of the world's largest head. And a lot of good kickboxing with him, going to work with low kicks. But I think Song Yadong was having the advantage with some good boxing. I think the cleanliness of his shots gives Song Yadong in the first round. Second round, more kickboxing, and his nose is act Song Yadong's nose gets busted open. Cejudo is making Song think about the wrestling, but I really wasn't get I was getting the vibe on his attempts that he wasn't 100% committing to him. I feel like he was using them to set up the striking because he was having some success in the striking. It's a good round, a close round, but a good round for Cejudo. I think. I think it was 1-1 leaving this round. Third round, Song comes out a little bit more aggressive. He's starting to get the better of it. These exchanges, he's moving well. He moves out of the step in knee that Cejudo likes to throw. Then there was a kick to the nether region, which wasn't very fun. There was a small break, but then we get back going. More exchanges. Song Yudong's landing better. Big right hand from Cejudo, though. And then here comes an eye poke from Song Yudong. It's pretty gnarly eye poke. It wasn't like one in the co-main event. I think it was in like the co-main event. There was a clean punch, and they thought it was an eye poke, and they had to like see the replay. Like it was a punch. This was an eye poke. It was full on eye poke, and very long break. I think he took the full 5 minutes, if I remember right. I'm like 99% sure. And then they let it go, and the round ended with Song Yudong pushing the pace afterwards. And it turns out, in between rounds, in between three and four, the was like, I can't see. And they tell the ref, they tell the doctor, and they're like, okay, so let's go to the judge's decision, which I personally feel like it should have been a no contest. I know some people were like, oh, why wasn't this a DQ? I don't know. I feel like these rulings are always like really inconsistent and just all over the place. I wish it was like clear. When is it a no contest? Like it's a Saturday, so it's a no contest. It's like, well, we always fight on Saturdays. Well, hold on. And it's like, oh, well, there's a full moon tonight, so we're going to the judge. We're going to a technical decision, or like, where's this criteria at? Um, I think someone's saying that like if it goes to like what is it? If it goes past a certain point in a 5 round fight, that's when they go to the decision. But I don't know. I think that's really weird. I think it's super odd. I feel like it should have been a no contest. I feel like there should be something a little bit more clear because corners were confused, fans were confused, announcers were confused, commentators were confused. They go to the decision, and Song Yudong wins the unanimous decision. I think he was winning the round three before the eye poke, before the low kick. Thought he was winning that round. He definitely won the first round for me. Even though it was close, I thought he won the first round, and Cejudo I gave the second round. So 2-1. Song still a little odd. And bantamweight is still pretty interesting, even if there is a buzzsaw called Marab at the top, who's probably going to just beat everybody by decision. And that's not a bad thing because his fights are fun, actually. He only has one bad fight, and that's against Aldo.
Hey baby, I hear the blues are calling, toss salads and scrambled eggs.
But next up in the co-main event,
And
Brendan
maybe
Allen
I'll
versus
steam a bit
Fluffy
of
Hernandez in a
bacon.
very fun
Yeah,
concept
baby,
for a
I
fight because this
love
is
to
actually a
eat
rematch.
bacon.
They fought in LFA, I think it was. I think it was LFA, and Fluffy Hernandez won a decision against Brendan Allen back then. And so here we go. This fight just ton of scrambles, lots of ground control in a fun way. And I think Allen took the first round with some. He got top position and like tried a key lock attempt, but it was really some ground and pound he had late in the first round that I was like, okay, yeah, that's probably Allen's round. And second round, Hernandez gets some takedowns. He's trying some guillotines from the top rope or top rope, trying some guillotines from the top position. And then he's getting some really good ground and pound shots going. And in the final round, he gets some takedowns, just smothering on Allen, tons of control, throwing some knees from the top position, something we don't see anymore, and I miss. If anyone remembers the old UFC Undisputed era, where Undisputed era, but Undisputed Days, you know what I mean? Then like you can remember like taking like GSP and like taking back side control or back or side control in general and just throwing like the big knee. Like GSP used to throw him against Matt Serra in their rematch, and it's like I want those knees to come back. I want those knees back so bad because they're so cool and they're just so damaging and so horrifying. So I was really hoping for some fluffy Hernandez knees like that, but he was throwing knees at least, which you don't really see from the top position as much. So I was glad to at least see it. But this was a really fun scramble fest, I thought. Lots of like changing positions, moving for positions, and well, the striking was just okay between these two. And there was a couple of moments where it's like, oh, there could be a finish here. It was really fun putting back and forth on the ground, I thought. And Hernandez definitely took it the longer the fight went. And I think he wins, or he won. I thought he won for sure, and he wins a unanimous decision in a gutsy fight. Then let's go to the rest of the card because I just have a bunch of notes. There's other things I would like to talk about. Rob Font, he got a split decision win over Gene Matsumoto that I think he just lost. I think he got out wrestled in the first 2 rounds. 2-0. I hope Rob Font gets a finish. Yeah, he wins a decision. Don't feel too good about it. But I like Rob Font. Jean Silva calls out Bryce Mitchell after putting just a smashing on Mausic. Bagdasaryan with the first round TKO, like drops him, tells the ref it's over. Ref's like, no, keep it going. Right. Oh, okay, now it's over. Yeah. Always kind of funny when they try to call their own fight, and it's like, no, you gotta keep going. Hit him a couple more times. I want to see it. Hit him a couple more times. Always kind of an awkward, funny one for me. Alonzo Minifield beat Julius Walker by split decision in a very, very boring clinch fight that had some moments of excitement, but overall, you were probably on your phone watching this one. Ian Cutelaba and Ivo Osland had a wild brawl at times. Very sloppy, wild brawl between the two guys. And it ends with Cutelaba gets a takedown and then goes for this arm triangle that he ends up putting, or it looks like Osland's about to go out and he taps. Then Melquizal Costa beat Andre Fili by guillotine choke. This one made me laugh because I like Andre Fili. This fight was a fun kickboxing match. But Andre Fili starting to get loose, starting to have some fun, and he taunts a little bit and changes levels. And in the level change, in for the takedown, Costa puts on the guillotine choke and just taps him out. It's right after taunting. You get choked out like right after taunting and changing levels on a guy. Got not gonna be not a fun night for Andre Fili. Felt kind of bad for him, but I mean, I'm sure in some way there's some come up and Mansour Abdul Malik got honestly a decent little comeback. So I thought he lost the first round against Klein. I thought Klein was beating. It was Nick Klein. I thought Klein was beating him, and then he got wobbled with like a takedown attempt into a spinning elbow, which was kind of wild in the first round. But Abdul Malik in the second round comes back out aggressive, lands some big shots, catches a kick, takes the fight to the mat, big rounded pound, and gets a TKO finish. Honestly, it was a pretty fun one. Then my boy, actual dude in my boy stable, Ricky Simone, he gets a big KO win over Javid Basharat. Then we had Austin Van Zant. Oh, excuse me, Austin Vanderford. Uh, while I was on the tee, I had to take a swing at it. Kind of hard to pass up that joke. But he got a big TKO win over Nikolai Vertin. I'm trying to remember. I have it here. Veretinikov. That's what it was. Veretinikov. So a lot of wrestling from Vanderford, takes Veretinikov down. A lot of ground and pound from there, and second round TKO. Weirdly enough, Veretinikov gets up and pushes Vanderford, which I think is always weird. I gonna be honest here. I think it's always really weird when you get beat by a guy. You get beat by a guy in an MMA fight. And not like I lost a BS decision, like I thoroughly lost. Let's say a guy cleanly 30-27 you, just beats you, he's just a little bit faster to the punch, even if he doesn't like put on like a big damage, if he just beats you or out wrestles you for 15 minutes. and you're mad. Oh, I'm mad. Oh, I'm gonna shove this guy after the fight. I want to fight him. I'm angry. Why would you pick a fight with the guy that just whooped your ass? You know, it's a stupid thing that happens. I mean, I've lost fights, and I've like, fairness. The one fight I've lost, I will say, in real life, not like in a professional setting, was like a fight, literally in my own house. I got knocked out by somebody. As I'm getting woken up, I apparently was like, round two, let's go. They're like, no, you know. I don't remember the fight. I don't remember anything about it because I was very intoxicated back when I still, partook in alcohol. Don't don't drink. Uh, what was it? What's the name of it? Don't drink Everclear. Don't drink Everclear leisurely. I don't anymore. I don't drink at all anymore. But I used to drink Everclear mixed with stuff leisurely, and I remember some of those nights. It was wild partying days. And apparently they did that after a night of partying, got into a fight at the end. It was like, oh, round two, as I'm getting woken up. So, I mean, I was stupid, and I was stupid then. I make fun of myself for that now. I'm gonna say it's stupid when guys do it now. Like, I just got out wrestled and beat up. I'm angry. I want to fight this guy that just did it to me. Like, you're in worse shape than he is, probably. Next up was Nursultan Ruziboev. He beats Eric McConaughey by TKO after just smashing on him with the counter right hands in the second round. Counter right, like basically out of the gate in the second round. Drops him again, gets the finish. It was very quick and just felt a lot faster than what the time showed afterwards. I was like, oh, that round went that long? I felt like it was 30 seconds. Finally, to open up the card, Modestas Bukauskas beat Rafael Sequeira, I think is what it was, by TKO in the first round. Which is good stuff. Good way to open it. He does a backflip, which is cool. But the news I'm saving for the end. Some crazy news here. As Ilia Topuria vacated his belt, his featherweight belt, and we get Alexander Volkanovski and Diego Lopez for the featherweight title, with the vacant featherweight title, which is awesome. And it sounds like, based on what Diego Lopez was saying, that the UFC was like, yeah, if you want to move weight classes and go for another belt, you're not two division championing this. This is too much. Which I'm sure a lot of fans were like, thank you, like because it holds divisions up. So that's a move for the better. Topuria apparently just can't make 145. It's really hard on him, and he's a young guy. Like, but weight cutting like that is rough. Like I don't know if you want to subject a young guy who could potentially have a career a career at the top level for another 10 years. You know what I mean? At 26, he could be a top guy for another 10 years through rigorous weight cuts. So, yeah, I get it. I mean, this is a guy who could still be like KOing people and blasting them like, in like 34, 35. Why do this to him more? So I totally get it. And I think it's a good move to make him vacate. You know, if only they could vacate that scrub who holds the undisputed, the real heavyweight champion. Because I feel like the interim has done more with his belt than the real champion has. Dumb. Quack, quacked, I say to that. But here's something I'm really curious about. Who do you think they're going to give to Poirier first? Because I don't think they should just have him go straight at Islam. I personally think they can give him someone else. And I have a guy. I have someone. I mean, I think a fun one would be like the winner of Michael Chandler and Patty Pimblett, which got announced this week. But what about Charles Oliveira? Charles Oliveira, Ilia Topuria sounds awesome, doesn't it? Like, that sounds so cool. Sounds like a crazy dream match for wildness. And it also sounds like they're not giving Sarukian the title shot when he comes back because of his back injury and because he told him late, I guess. So I don't know. So they could just give him a title shot like right off the gate, which I'm not too cool with, but hey, we'll see what happens. But that's it for me. I've been Joe with the INC. If you haven't checked it out already, there is a new retro review on the channel right now. It's me covering UFC 92, which is awesome. Very fun card, and I get to record some later today. I'm about to go to bed, but when I wake up, I'm going to try to record some more stuff. Try to get some more stuff going for us and keep everything fun and lighthearted and going to pump out some great content for us. And as always, next Saturday, me and Carl are going to be shooting the preview show for the next pay-per-view, which should be a very, very good time. But as always, I'm Joe with the INC. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.